There you go.
You're very lovey-dovey today, Carlos.
All right, I see Brian's ready to go. Good morning, Brian. We'll let you to it. And we'll continue to be our next. Yeah. Yeah, ready to go. All right, good stuff. Let's see here. Yeah, man, I feel love today. It's good.
Well, that's good. That's good that you're feeling it because I think the U.S. needs more love right now. Did you see that survey from Pew Research? I don't know why, but it kept getting in my feed.
No, what was the survey about?
The survey was about basically they surveyed 100 different countries around the world and said, "Do you think your fellow countryman is a good or bad person?" And the U.S. was the only country in the world to think that have more than 50% of the respondents said they think their fellow countryman is a bad person. 53% that they felt that they're a bad person. Which, if you want the stark difference between Canadians and Americans, that's a good one. Like often internationally, they think of us together. Canada, top of the list. The U.S. was the bottom of the list. Canada was top of the list. 92% of Canadians think that their fellow Canadian is a good person. So, which is interesting. And to me, it just shows the way politics are different. As they stated in the survey, one of the respondent beliefs is that in Canada, if we think things are going bad, we generally blame politicians. Whereas in the U.S., unfortunately, the way the politics work, if things are going bad, you tend to blame another American, right? You blame someone on the other side of the political divide, as opposed to blaming actual politicians, which is unfortunate.
Because it is. We saw the division is crazy.
No matter what you're Yeah, it was NVIDIA. Here. Tesla also bought. Sometimes you just should just stick with the regular side.
Video and Tesla both developing. Games give some back story. All right. Go to our yeah, Pilcher is setting up like it wants to take off here. I mean, you're seeing a nice setup on the 1 minute, but we stay close, so it does look like it wants to looks like
NVIDIA is fully on the green here. There it goes. It just got over 178. Go here. Not in it. I'm just watching. That's oh, HIMS is dropping.
they were 50% in 2036. They're really getting a lot back here. When you woke up this
Yeah.
morning, you had it. You woke up this morning 50% up. You gotta- Hey, I'm hitting that sell button. Not all of it, but on some.
Yeah.
That's for sure. So see here, Hims does. If it really wants to be strong, we'll see it come back up here above the V-back. If it really wants to, so that's gonna sustain some of that, at least for this 30 seconds. Tesla looking good here, guys. Break out.
Yeah. Not enough for me as spies moving lower there, Carlos.
Yeah, do that,
May
man.
not be
An ideal.
conducive to a move higher, man.
I'm gonna shoot up from here. We're seeing a little recovery above now. Got 1 more minute left for the 5 minute breakout, but I one more. That's just gonna wait for that. That looks like it wants to. Well, see what our atlas looks like. That 14-year trends. Guys, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. Really appreciate it. It helps us out a ton. Appreciate your support.
All right, still watching here. Nvidia did drop back red for the moment, anyway.
I got it up there.
Oh no!
Yeah, I was
this morning. Okay.
yeah, I forgot to open it up. For Tesla, it looks more bearish though. It's not enticing. It's not like I wanted as much indicators going in my direction, so
Yeah,
that's not helping. I do see the SPY moving higher.
Nvidia looked better, right? Because it had more
Yeah,
very
much
much
better.
upside there. But yeah,
Way this way better.
I don't, still don't see anything that I like yet. No trades for me so far. Still watching things. Obviously, we're only 5 minutes in. I feel like 30.
Well, I'd see the big 5 minute mark. But the VWAP, I like the 5 minute candles. Not the cleanest, but it could be interesting if the SPY is gonna shoot lower. What's our stop? Yeah, let's try it. Let's try it. Yeah, going long Oxy. Stop is 54, 54.38. It's getting below this wick here. Let's see. It looks, I like the 5 minute on it. It looks pretty nice. You get a 55 would be awesome. But see, 55 is good for me. The 5 minute ORV combined with it being above the VWAP, so I feel like that's that up. See if we have the juice to get up there. Doesn't move a lot, dollar-wise. And again, 55 thing like it's a hard time getting there. Let's look at the daily. Next level is the high of the day. The high of Friday.
You're getting a little
Yeah,
hot,
here it is.
Carlos.
Now we're getting something. Yeah. Let's see. Break here. I haven't got to mark the high of the previous this thing, did I? No, it's pretty much the high from the Friday as
Oh.
well.
Whoa,
Yeah,
bounced
no.
off of that hard.
And let's see if we can go here. But yeah, the next level is I'm watching the daily. This is the next level I got here. It's the high of yesterday, pretty much around that area. But I will take a partial at 55. Again, not sure how great.
Look at Nvidia sell off. Nvidia hit the one high of day. It's now retraced everything. That's interesting. Wow. Market's pushing lower. Tesla also looks like it's done.
Okay, here. Right under 55.
Very nice.
Yeah, yep.
Impressed.
Let's see if I'm back to my my 5 minute ORB trades. They're hard to find.
back,
I'm
baby.
telling you. They're hard to find during this market condition. You just don't get the continuation. Like they're so difficult. We're having a lot more luck with the VWAP breakout, that's for sure. Let's see here. Yeah, it could be an interesting week going into. I was looking. I was checking Copilot to see AI to see what can I call what's happening in the Middle East without leaning left or right. And they had some good advice. They say, you can call it the Iran and Israel escalation, call it the hostilities, confrontation. But they're basically saying stay away from using war never using these type of conflict. Don't use war because it'll be like left or right leaning. And I basically said, well, tell me what to use so I don't offend, highly sensitive situations. Piss off people. And they kind of gave me some ideas. It's pretty good. You know what I was watching too? And this is good for anybody, no matter what side you fall under. Watch news from other countries about this issue. It's such a breath of fresh air, the way they communicate things. It's unbelievable. Just go watch the Dubai news, watch Europe, any other place but here. And it's a breath of fresh air. You're getting just the news. So it was so nice. I was like, this is awesome.
Carlos
You're
is
like,
now watching
just
international news.
you bet. Just give me the news. Like even if you're on the side that I'm in, I don't want it to be so much like, no, don't feed me that. Like even if that's the
Well,
side I'm on, don't feed me that. Just give me the news. You know?
That's
Not
part
too
of
much
the
to ask.
challenge I found with unfortunately things have become so politically polarized that even if you give just facts, people will perceive it as being biased because
Yeah.
they're not the facts as you want them represented or you believe they should be represented. It's very strange. Anyways, it's very strange looking at the outside like Canadian speak here, but it's yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay. See, let's do it.
yeah, Oxy,
Come on.
it's
It's trying.
but yeah, come on.
If we can bounce from here back to 55, it's a good sign. But we need the buyers to come in. Volume is so low now. It's like it died down. Started off pretty good. It's just like we're not getting it.
Yeah.
Here it is. I'm gonna get out of it. How to break even, friends. Oh, made a little money on it. Just I don't want to risk losing what we're making. Let's get out. I'd rather get out and look for something else.
Okay.
Because the volume is just not nice. Not see.
Well, at least you got a trade off of it.
Yeah,
It's
yep.
still down from the open. ONDF down from the open. Lydia is looking at the low of day, I guess. Low area, anyways.
That's the guy's taking the hit here. Man, that was a.
So,
I mean, I didn't watch the price action, but this could have been a real nice engulfing 5 minute here. Again, I wasn't watching it closely because I was in Oxy, but that looked really nice, guys. We took that. You guys take short running on Tesla. It's nice, guys. Tim's doing a little bit of recovery now. And the initial drops. Tesla, what a beautiful short, man. Nvidia too, off the beat off as well. We'll pop on entry. Go back to my break even, so we're out of it. But it looks like it might want to hold the VWAP. If the volume would have been better, I would have helped him out, stop. But the volume was pretty bad. I didn't like it. Um, wow. Peter, I'm surprised you're not short Nvidia.
no, I don't,
I'm surprised you're not
Yeah,
short this thing. This is like your
in
play, even
hindsight,
up
it
here.
looks good.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was too early, right? And I didn't think it was gonna drop that quickly. And then I thought it would bounce on VWAP and it just kept going, right? So, yeah, I mean, in hindsight, it looks awesome, but at the time, I was very uncertain about the weakness of that move, the strength of that move, like how far it would go. So it's always easy. Trading's so easy in hindsight, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah, wow, that's how the market is strong this morning. Last couple of times we've been getting the drop and then like a recovery. We saw that a couple of times last week. Here's the spot, right? So we gap down. Look at it. Look at all these 4 days here. We gap down and push higher, except this one. All of them gap down and push higher. Indecision on Friday. I'm sorry. This is Friday. And now we're losing some ground.
So Nvidia's changed character too. Like it was looking bullish right at the open. Now it's looking decidedly bearish at the orders. So, sorry, 175. It's very much in play.
See what
I'd like a pullback to VWAP might be a good chance for a short, but I'm not going to risk it at this point. Chase it very at the lows.
Yeah. Hymns at the VWAP, so you can have that. That's good. The airlines NCLA shooting the scanners here. Let's see what that looks like. Hey, United Airlines taking in here down 6% now. What's our gap resist this morning? Didn't get a lot of
No, you mentioned the airline. But I sort of poo-pooed it. But yeah, it's dropping.
This is my favorite trade here. Again, not financial advice. The minute American Airlines goes under $9, around that 9.50, I'm swinging it long. I buy this long term. Like I'm buying to hold to whenever it comes back to like 15. I've done that a couple of times and it has paid out really nice. So we're getting there, friends. On that $9, 9.50. I'm just buying and holding long term stuff. You know, careful. That is one of my favorite long term swings, and we're getting there. We're getting there. So looking for that. Yeah, American Airlines is it's a great move. So I'm glad you're doing that as well. I love that trade. And you just sit on it and just let it ride. Last time one time it took almost 6 months, right? So just leave it there. And I added a couple of times and you know, let it do its thing. Hims, nice rejection of the VWAP, so it couldn't break through. Not saying that it's not going to later, but right now at least, nice failure on the way down. And this is a lot of volume that we're pushing through. If you look at it, this is 1.2 million on these candles that we're pushing every minute here on him. So volume is there. It is rocking. What did my Oxy end up doing? Okay, so it dipped below. Let's just look at it shoot up. Oxy. BRT hitting the scanners. If you guys are wondering what scanners I'm looking at, I am looking at tradingterminal.com. So we got scanners available for you. These are my pre-market template. I can see the stocks, I can see everything that's going on there. And then I switch over to my live template, which is this one. And I look, you said these two, turbo breakup, turbo breakdown, really good. You got some other ones on here that are really too. This is part of your Trade Terminal membership as well. So take a look at that. So BRT hitting the scanners, you've seen the breakout here. I'm going to have a play for myself on this. So nothing to trade at the moment. Google, just sideways right now. Just sideways at the moment. So yeah, go ahead, Peter.
No, it's interesting. This market doesn't seem to quite know what to do. Like we said, it could be choppy, like on anything, and it's chopping before it gets there. Like Oxy, I don't know if you're looking at that.
I'm looking at that piece
Yeah,
of
there you go. You got it right on the screen. Yeah, like it really did. Like, but look at how it chopped in that range.
Yeah.
So basically went from your entry to your partial and back again like twice.
Yeah.
Before it now it's higher, but it really wasn't that certain.
No, yeah, and the volume too, right? Like we're talking about the volume completely dropped on it. So we're getting some of that choppy. This spread got a little nasty too. Like when we got in, the spread wasn't great. And when we got out, it was worse actually, the spread. So just right at the bottom. But But yeah, this is the hard part. Peter, you're talking about the choppiness that we get during this type of market. What's the word I'm looking for? Not indecision, but um, confusion. No, it's a better word that we're looking for. Yeah, kind of indecision, choppiness. Like it doesn't know where to go. It's a better word I can think of it right now. But this is what we get. And for us traders, breakout traders, I mentioned it earlier, indecision, uncertainty. That's the one. It sucks. It really sucks because we just don't get that continuation. Yeah. So sucks. That's the other word I'm looking for. Sucks. But we love this market. We love the market. It's good when it's bad. It's still good.
See, look at Oxy come right back now.
Yeah,
Look at
yeah.
that. That's not good stuff.
Yeah. And this is why you don't chase. Like the old me, I would have been long here feeling some FOMO saying, all right, we're going to the moon, and then boom, now he's taking another hit
Yeah.
and giving back
There you
the
go.
profit. So don't do that. Don't do that. Trade with a plan. I've done that so many times here. All right, let's see. Tesla. Right to level of 385.17. Nvidia sideways right now. No, actually, even with this move, it's just, yeah, it would have been nice to get 55.15, but it's pretty mean.
They're the
Drones?
drones. Yeah, drones. Did they had news this morning? This morning, remember so that merger news is the news for them. And they were up quite significantly. They were up fairly well this morning. They go all back. And they're ready.
Huh?
Copy like we suggested, right?
Yeah.
Uh, I was thinking NVIDIA short, but now look at it, it's sort of folded sideways. I did say if you came back to test it, the VWAP, it might be a short. What it's done is it's gone very slowly, and the VWAP has actually come down to meet the price. So it didn't actually go as high as I would expect it to the VWAP. So I don't, this is not a good pattern. But despite the high clip, well, actually, I think we checked the level two. Yeah. Yes, the level two is still showing a level downside. So it looks weak, but I don't know. I mean, the market.
Trade that.
Not a lot of work in that TTD. It's pretty balanced actually. I'm looking at it here. There's orders just all the way up. Or the current price is 28.50. There's orders all the way up to 40, and orders all the way down to 50. So it really doesn't tell you much. I don't see any differentiation.
Good video.
See, look at that. The video looked like it was dropping, and then bam, reversed it. So glad I didn't try and change this.
Short on him. Yeah, oh, I normally don't play this rejection. Yeah, look, it rejected the VWAP. I normally don't, that's not a trade, but yeah, clearly a nice rejection here. Way back to the opening. That's looking didn't flow, but then the video here, this whole was just kind of like.
The only thing, I mean, the only two things that I see moving in this direction. Tesla and OPS and over. But everything else, I mean, just look at Google, AMD, video that even Apple will look like it was going to do something interesting. Or there. Don't force trades here. If you think you've got a line on something, by all means, but don't force it.
Your Tesla or Nvidia, from the previous day close, it did very well today. But other than that, it's not a lot of options out there. I feel for the number.
5 minute, you know,
Which one?
looking back, that 5 minute engulfing candle, right, that Andy would normally trade on Tesla looks wonderful.
Yeah.
I'll admit, I didn't quite catch that. Right? That's easy in hindsight, like you said.
Yeah, well, you know why? Like the 5 minute was great, but then here, where you're probably gonna make a decision on the 1 minute, it comes out of nowhere. Like it's not a quick reaction you could take with this candle here, right?
Right.
So
Well, no, you'd have to take it after both, you know, if you go to a 5 minute, sorry. Once it hit the breakdown, you could have gone short, and again, in hindsight, it looks easy, but you'd have to have been pretty fast on it. Look at Rick Parenteau, Carlos. He's got a special request for. Well, he just says it's a flaming. I think we should give him one. Let's
yeah,
give him one.
let's give him the flaming. I was looking in chat. The chat is a little interesting this morning. Here it is. Flaming garbage truck. Let me show the sound this up. There it goes. There it is. Garbage truck. My friends. The truck out here also. Um, yeah. That's good. Look at the handcuffs in the chat. Handcuffs for stop trading. The selection of handcuffs to stop trading is very interesting, though. This fur, very interesting. I've never seen anybody in the never seen anybody in New York get arrested with those, but yeah, very interesting choice.
You're not going to the strip clubs tonight.
I'm not going to the right places. Not going to the right
Yeah,
places. I guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta hang out with the Wall Street bros.
Based on our previous conversation, I'm only hanging out at the hospital, so they're not using handcuffs. They use other equipment.
Great.
Uh,
Nurse uniform expert.
yes, yes. All right, friends. Let's see.
Yeah.
Tesla dropping here could be the end. Maybe start to reverse. Nvidia. Nvidia. Let's see if we can over here. Right. For Tesla 5-minute engulfing, same time breakdown and shorted. Then the price came back and fast. What do I do in this? What to do in this time? So let me read that again. I could have been my fault. For the 5-minute Tesla engulfing, same time breakdown and shorted, then the price back up. So I think you're saying that you short and it came back up. No, I'm not understanding the question. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. Peter, you try reading it. But Mo, I understand what you're asking for on the 5-minute ORB. So maybe rephrase if you typed it quick. Anybody else watching SanDisk? SanDisk is this is normal for SanDisk. You know, it's a difficult trade though, so you gotta just be careful with it. Difficult stock to trade. Very long media have to pull back. Sweet man. You gotta see when long as you have to pull back, you got a good entry. It's gonna come down to the run. Breaking is 175.25. Break above and move higher. Atlas says yes. But we got 177. That's the previous day close, I think, right? 177. That's a little bit higher. But you got orders above previous day close on the video. Let's see anybody else. Okay, good morning. Happy Monday, Patron. I know some people are coming in now and saying, hey, you guys been on for an hour? Hey, Patron's usually in here a little bit earlier. Have I done a webinar on the 5-minute ORB for the landlords and garbage truck members? I have not, but I could do one. You guys want one? I could do one. Yeah, we'll together.
Oh, did you think it's gonna go green here?
It has the look. It has it's the look, man. Atlas is definitely showing that it can. 178 transit borders, 179. And the ladder keeps going on Atlas. That was good. Yeah, go fly. I'll do it. Where though? Because if I look at the only golfing that I see on the 5-minute is this one, right? So if you got into this one, price never comes back up. Price sells down. So I don't see where the price came up. Unless it meant it came up within this candle, then that's different, right? But your stop, let's say if you got it anywhere in here, it would be at my stop. My stop would have been, above here. Now for the 5-minute ORB, it's over here. That's gonna be around 390. Right, so yeah, 390 right in there. That yeah, your stop's gotta be above you up, and I don't think the price came back up. This candle's too big, I think the price came back up. So unless it's a different area you're looking at. Okay, well, so yeah, look at that other in other situations, yeah. Yeah,
Did he like
video
green?
green. Very nice.
Yeah.
Andrew's looking to get filled at 178. So there it is. Andrew's gonna get filled. Ding, 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 ding. There he is. Andrew filled 178. And the reason he did that, I'll tell you this right now. This is where Atlas is huge, right? Because what would we done in the past? We would have got filled that the previous day closed. I would have taken a, and I'm sure Andrew would have taken a partial at the previous day closed. But because he saw Atlas here at 78, he put his order at 78. And look at that. It goes to 78 and it comes back down. I mean, it is just perfect. We would have done it at the previous day close without Atlas, 100%. So he gained what, another 20 cents there? Yeah, about 25 cents more just because he had Atlas. Um, that's awesome. That is, and that's the way I find myself looking at this a lot more. Is that okay? What can I do? What can I wait for? Look at that. It's just teeth. It's awesome. That's pretty cool. Um, so yeah, Mo, now I got you. Now you're saying in the other situation, not specifically this one. Now that's tough, man, because one of the hardest things with Tesla is how much it moves at the market open. It's very aggressive. So when you're looking for that 5 minute ORB, especially in the last couple of weeks, given this market condition where things are just not giving you great continuation, it is a tough thing. So it's very difficult for us to tell you, oh, you should do this, you should do that, because you could be doing everything right, or you're doing it right now. It's just the market's not giving you the opportunity for it to run. Right. And then when the market gets better, or other stocks, that strategy works better in other stocks. I wouldn't just trade Tesla. But that strategy is working in other tickers. Tesla, Nvidia, um, what other companies? I'm trying to think of some other ones. They are so volatile at that open. That's so difficult to trade because they're usually doing all of this up and down. It's very difficult to trade at the market open. Sometimes you got to be quick, stop out, and if your setup comes back, get back in. You got to have that mentality. You see Andrew do that. Right? He'll get in, doesn't work it out, then get back in quickly when it works again. Keep your risk very small. So yeah, no, it's just doesn't make any sense here. Well, no, it makes sense. It's fine. It's fine. It's the one that's what do you expect of oil prices moving forward? Well, depends how long this takes. I mean, in fact, I think Iran put the son of the person that got killed. It's not a good sign. That's not a good sign for how, I always like to put myself in people's point of view. You just killed my dad. Yeah, I'm pissed, you know? So, yeah, like put yourself in his shoes, right? Like try to avoid just all the bias and just kind of like put some Google glasses on and you're him. Yeah, this is not good, you know? So you kill my dad, yeah, we're gonna have some problems. So, you know, yeah. So I think oil prices are going to be uncertain until something happens. Now this thing can go on forever. I think eventually it will eventually it's the quickest and most peaceful way out of this would be ideal for everyone. Especially at the end of the day, the most important thing which is human lives. No matter what side you're on, it doesn't matter. Realize that, you can't be killing people, man. That's the most precious thing we have. It's life. You can't be taking that away. So hopefully this thing gets settled quickly and along with life and start loving each other again. Indeed. And look at Oxy. I have the day. There's no way for me to hold on to this. I feel no problem whatsoever. But this would have been a very nice way to start the week. A very nice way to start the week. Where do you get Market Atlas, my friend? Go to tradeterminal.com. It costs the cost of it is $99 a month, but it gives you everything: Atlas, scanners, the replay simulator, educational videos. There's tons of stuff on there. My recommendation is try it out, sign up, try it out for a month, right? Get everything for a month, try it for a month, see if you like it. If you don't like it, cancel after a month, but give it a shot. I think you're gonna love it. I think you'll be able to replace a lot of other tools into one. I had a great webinar last week talking about this, how Market Atlas kind of puts everything together into one package. And the great thing about it is, I bet you're going to add more to that internally too. You're going to add more to that, and I think you're going to get a good value if you're getting that because you get grandfathered in. Whatever price it is, you get grandfathered in. So, and that's something crazy next year. I don't know. I'll be grandfathered in. So, if you try, if you like it, stick with it. POTR VWAP guys. So now we're starting to see some movement. Peter, POTR VWAP, Oxy doing what it's doing. Video, what a rejection. Did not expect that. It's hitting, going green. What a rejection.
Yeah, good. And you know what's interesting here? I'm looking at Nvidia. I'm looking at the market, the SPY and the Qs. That pattern that just happened, identical, right? Like they're all so they're not moving independently. They're all working together. So
See here. Tesla, where's Tesla? Tesla. Yeah, it's just dropping, man. Just continuing the weakness. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't understand. That comment's not going against that. Autos PLTR, PLTR. Yeah, if it's failing, I'm seeing PLTRs a couple hitting the VWAP, but they're failing right now. So I'm not joining in anything. So we gotta see. We gotta wait. Nvidia did break the VWAP here. Let's see if we could pull back. Oil price come down, so they might mostly be shifting green energy. I don't know, man. We will never know the truth of behind everything. I think that's never going to be the case. But we have what we have in front of us. This is what we have, right? Oil prices are high. It's costing a lot of stuff to gap down, like the airlines and stuff like that, travel sector. So it's just the thanks, right? So, um, yeah, it's who knows, man? Who knows? I trade to 11:30, 11:30 is usually what I trade. So I don't trade past that. So 11 usually we can trade by 11. Most times 100%. 10:30 we're pretty much done. At least for me. Peter, on the other hand, Peter trades all day, so he's looking for opportunities the entire day. But me by 10:30, I'm already uh, not actively looking for trades. Shar Shot. No, that is our website. So here's Andrew Bryan. So if you want to see these guys trade live every morning, gotta head over to bearwithtraders.com. Right? So bearwithtraders.com gets you in here. You can see them trading live every morning, and you get access to all our educational material. But that's Bear with Traders. Trading Terminal is a whole different trading terminal, sorry, tools for trading. So that's what it's looking for. This one right here, blue line, be back. American markets will never crash. I don't know about that. You never know. Um, but I do have to say though, this market has we've been through a lot of crap. This market has been very surprisingly resilient. I gotta say that. I mean, it has been through a lot of stuff. Um, was the last crash we went through? It was 2008, right? Financial crisis. Is anyone back for that? That was it. Last one. And I didn't feel it at all. Yeah, I didn't even know what's happening. So I was not in the markets like I am now, which is not even not a care in the world. Was COVID a crash? Well, I guess it was. The recovery was so fast. I mean, it was just like it was a buy the dip. I mean,
Yeah.
it was buy the dip, man. It was incredible how fast that thing took shape there. So
That's those. Real weak.
that was that's not one for sure. That was 2 seconds. I guess it depends the time frame. But the tariff was 2 seconds. That was it here, right? Last year, April, in this area.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 2 seconds, man. Look at this. That's it done. Yeah, that was I didn't bother nobody. At least well, let's say that. You know, we bothered, but it didn't bother the market, right? Market kept going. No audio from Brian in the room. Uh, what you got in there? Uh, yes, we can do. Can't panic. TTV. You guys mentioned this earlier. I forgot to look it up. That's what we got here. Down 3%. Yeah, I don't see anything. Yeah, that was very light too. At least on the data, on the intraday, I don't see anything great on it. So that one, Tesla trying to bounce back. Nvidia, what they end up doing? Came below the VWAP, back above it again. Oxy, nothing. PLTR, nothing. It's kind of unexpected, right? There were some good moves, though. Like American Airlines did drop, Tesla did drop. So there were some initial moves, but now everything's just sideways. Sideways. Oxy. Enough, and so funny, man. I should wait for something to happen here. I was watching Thunder Road, 1954 movie. I want to watch something old this weekend. And man, the guy there he was referencing the good times of his like grandfather. I'm like, does every generation do that? Oh, the good old times. So in 1954, in
Everybody.
1954,
Yep.
this guy's referencing all the good old times. I'm like, did we just
Yeah.
like what is? Oh man, it was so funny to hear that.
Everybody waxes poetic about the good old days, right? We all think the good old days. So yes, everybody believes that it was so much better way back then.
Oh my goodness. So let's think about the future now. So let's think about the future. We go with that theory. The good days are right now. So let's enjoy this damn thing while we got it. Because good days are right now. Oh man. But it was in 1954, black and white songs were different. Everything was much slower paced.
I mean, think about it, Carlos. What were the good old days for you? It's always
So it's always back.
almost everybody. They did this study a couple of years ago. I'll have to generalize it because I don't remember the specifics. But they basically said most people think the best times are generally when they're somewhere between 17 and 25. So if you take the average person, like their musical tastes almost stop evolving when they're 18 or 19. That's like the music you pretty much listen to for the rest of your life, for most people, or something similar. You might listen to new music, but it'll be similar to whatever you listen to when you were that age. So, and I mean, obviously it's a broad generalization, but it was something like that. I thought that's interesting because, yeah, most people I know, they're like, the good old days were, whenever you had the best time of your life, and it might have been the end of high school, right? If you had a good time in high school, if you had a terrible time in high school, it might be when you were, sort of a young adult and you had freedom and you were free of all that. But it's usually sometime in that before you had big responsibilities. And it's human nature.
Yeah. Right.
Anyways, I find it fascinating. It's funny you talked about that. So I'm totally unrelated here. By the way, I'm watching Nvidia come back up to the previous day close. This thing is, boy, if you're a range trader, you can maybe start to get a feel for this. It's see where it goes here, but it's right back up. See if we can get to 178 again. Anyways, I was watching a show on Apple called Pluribus.
My wife likes that.
Weird. But it's a great show if you want to talk big philosophical concepts. And I was trying to talk to my wife. She's not big on talking about large philosophical like, worldviews. And, anyway, so I've got to